Hey y'all, it's Deacon. I know, another upload in a row this week. I just wanted to clear something up about Deltarune Chapter 3 in this short. I've seen a few theorists, and even my friend Dab himself, think that the knight knighted Kris. Okay, for those who do not know, if you beat the Roaring Fraud successfully in Chapter 3, it feigns defeat, and when Susie gets too cocky, it and knocks Susie and Ralsei down. But when it gets to Kris, they do this. Now, as I already said, people thought that the knight, well, knighted Kris, because as we've seen in Deltarune Chapter 4, they are most likely working with it. However, as someone who was stuck in Chapter 3 until he finally got to Chapter 4, I can simply say that's not the case. In Kris's defeat text, it says they kneeled down. If the knight is beat, this is very true. Susie collapses, Ralsei does not turn into a pile of fluff because he's needed for dialogue, and the knight forces Kris to kneel. Now, at first, I thought this was the knight being arrogant and forcing the obvious lead of the Delta warriors to kneel before them. But after Chapter 4, I'm thinking differently. My thoughts are that the knight is forcing Kris to kneel because it knows that they have no choice. The knight forces Kris to kneel because they're subservient to it. Probably not by choice, but still. Now, before you say something about knighting, just remember that in order to knight, you usually have to get both shoulders with the blade when knighting. The knight only gets the one and forces Kris to kneel with it. Now that I've exposition dumped on you, stop saying that the knight was knighting Kris. Ciao!